Hey everybody, this is Stephanie, the hands, the hair, the heart, behind cornerstonecreate.com. Today I'm going to be showing you my 3 cards that I made with the Cheeky Modern Pop Lucky You stamp set from Michaels. This stamp set is made by Recollections and is really nice. You know, Recollections gets a really bad rep in the stamping world, and I came into the stamping world totally, totally brand new and naive to everything. So, of course, I went to my favorite store ever, Michaels, and bought all the stamp sets that I liked. So, initially, some of the stamp sets, I really didn't know what I was looking for, so they didn't have a lot of grab, and I know a lot of people point that out when they use these sets. And when I say grab, I mean they don't hold on to an acrylic block that well. What else did I notice? I think that was the biggest thing. They just don't hold on to the block that well, and I had a hard time getting clear and crisp images using those stamp sets. And these are the ones that are just regular recollections. They're brown and yellow, and they look pretty generic. So I bought a lot of those, and I make those work. Uh, yeah, that's all I really have to say about that. That I make them work. But as of late, Michaels has been making these new releases, and it's the Cheeky Modern Pop, the Summer Fiesta, uh, Poolrific. Uh, I was really crazy about the Coastal Village set. Yeah, they've just been making a lot of paper collections as of late, and I hope they continue to do so. But I really like the Cheeky Modern Pop, and for this series that I'm doing, I'm going to be making a video a week and a blog post a week making cards using just these stamp sets. Like, I might throw in a little bit of extra things, some things that might not come in the paper collection, but I'm gonna try and keep it as close as possible as I can. So this first set is the Lucky You stamp set. I'm not sure that it's called that, and on my blog I actually try and find some links for you to find this set somewhere. I can only find it on Amazon. Like, if you don't find it there, then try Michaels. I mean, this is where this initially came from, and it's crazy that I can't find it on their website. But yeah, you'll have to physically go to your actual Michaels if you want to find this set, or like I said, Amazon. So this is the fortune cookie set. I just called it the Lucky You stamp set. I'm sorry, guys. It's the Lucky You stamp set as I've dubbed it. But it has a fortune cookie. It has some sushi rolls. And it has a couple of really cute sentiments. So, on my blog, I actually tell you what kind of sushi rolls those are. Off the top of my head, I can't remember. I need to have it written down somewhere. But, and there's a bowl of miso soup, too. So, you see me coloring this fortune cookie. I'm using 3 different E colors, and E as in earth. And these are actually Artist Loft markers. I don't have a lot of Copics. Actually, I don't think I have any Copics. So, there we go for that. I don't have any Copics. But I'm learning. I'm learning alcohol coloring using the Artist Loft. I haven't really noticed any difference, but I also don't have any Copics, so I couldn't tell you if there was one. From what I see based on the videos, I really don't see any difference between what I'm doing and people who have Copics. So, if you don't have a lot of Copic money, I understand. I'm here with you. Plus, I got these. I got these 60% off, 70% off during Christmas last year. So I'm just going to add some grays to this paper fortune to try and give it some dimension. I may or may not succeed. I think I succeed. And this fortune cookie is the only one that has a matching die to it, which is cute. Alright, you see me with the die. I'm about to put that through my spell binder. My favorite machine ever. Who would have thought I'd get so much joy out of this machine? Oh, and my magnets. Like, this is my first video that I'm going to address after I lost and broke my magnets. You see the picture of that on Instagram. But yeah, I ordered some offline. I'm not sure if these are the right thickness. Like, these are 3 millimeters. So maybe I'm thinking I was supposed to get 2. But I don't really notice that. It's not like I can't stamp. So as you can see, my images are coming out great. So, okay, onto this background paper that I used. I had a I had a lined embossing folder from Doris. I think I got that from Joann, my second favorite store. Actually, I don't know. Joann and Michael pretty much compete for my heart anyway when it comes to my craft supplies. But yeah, I just put some paper that I got from Michael's through my lined embossing folder from Joann and just also ran that through the spellbinder. So I'm using this tape, this foam tape, also from Doris. I probably should have took this paper off camera, but hey, here we are. We're here, we're together. We're down for the story. Yep. So I just put that down on a note card that I also got from Michael's. Okay, so we're on to the next card. There's a funny story associated with this card. Maybe, well, it's funny for you guys. It wasn't funny for me, and I had to put the ink down for like 2-3 days after this card. So I'm setting up my but to the card. This is my mask. This is a little sushi roll. I'm gonna set up my mask and I'm gonna do some repeated stamping. So here's the story. I come home. And you're probably going to hear this story several times from me if you keep on with my channel. It's crazy. I come home thinking everything's fine and well. My card's done. About to upload it and everything. About to start taking some bomb pictures. Daughter says, nope. Not today, mama. Not this here day. She somehow gets into my Nuvo drops and just goes to town. It's all over my finished card. Like, this card, when it's finished, it's all over it. You can't see anything. It's all messed up. She messes up another one of my alcohol markers. Yo, I'm not going to have any of these alcohol markers if I leave it up to my 2-year-old. Like, she's going to take these suckers out. But that's neither here nor there. She decided, what else did she do? This wasn't worse than the embossing powder. I can tell you that it was not worse than the embossing powder, but it was pretty hard. It was pretty high up there. She just, like, I don't know where she gets this from. She just goes through these little phases where she just, like, destroys my craft area, and I'd keep her from out of there. But my craft area is pretty, it's a pretty open part of the house, and it's the part of the house that separates the living room from the kitchen, so you're always walking through it. Yeah, that's my craft area, a walkthrough. But anyway, so you'll see in this card that I only made 9 sushi rolls, and in the card that I took a picture of, they're like 16. That's because the second time around I did it, I was just like, you know what, I'll just do that. I'll do a little bit more. That's what I decided, and just decided to do a little bit more. But I actually watched this video to make sure that I did everything the same way. So I helped myself out that way. I just didn't want to have to refilm the video because it was the very same process. I just added some more sushi rolls. So here I am. At first I decided that I was going to take my R2 and I was going to color in those little dots that they have for the cheeks. And then after that I was like, oh, wait a minute, I have Nuvo drops. So yes, I used my pink strawberry champagne Nuvo drops and made their little cheeks. But I'm not there yet. I'm verbally fast forwarding while you're watching this. While you're watching my hands fast forward. So, yeah, I'm just using my liner pen here to color in the seaweed. my artist loft marker would have been way too thick even if I would have tried to very lightly tap that. Just no way to do it. I had to use that, and I think I think the size on that was 03. So here I am making little happy cheeks. Happy cheeks, happy cheeks, happy cheeks. And if I would have been thinking when I made this card the first time around, I'd have put that on at the, right before I finished up with the card. I wasn't thinking, because now I'm going to color in, and I'm going to color in, then I'm going to have to put foam tape and all that kind of stuff on here while their cheeks aren't dry. So yeah, don't do what I did, at least not in that aspect. You can do the rest of what I did, just do that part last. So I'm coloring in the background here so that when I pop this up later, I don't know. You tell me what you think. I wanted this to look like you were actually getting a little box of sushi when I give this out. That's what I wanted to look like. So I actually put some acetate on top of this. I pop up the top of the card and put some acetate over it so that you see the sushi smiling through the acetate cover. It's a little cheesy, but I try. And I got this idea from actually eating sushi at work. We just got somebody who can make sushi. Like, I don't know what his official title is. I know there's a real title for people that make sushi. But so he's the bee's knees. He knows what he's doing. And he does it very well. So I'm using my gold Recollections detail embossing powder. If you can see that little pink sliver up in the upper right hand corner, that was my pink and main stitched rectangle die. I was going to use those and wound up not using those at all. Just going to bust out my heating tool. See? This is what I'm going for. You see it now. You can see the vision. We're not perishing for lack of vision here. We've got vision. I was going to put the roll in a different color. That's why I didn't stamp that at the first. But it wound up getting gold. Yeah, I was just lazy. I could have saved that embossing powder, but I didn't. Just push it off to the side. Oh, yep. And you see the avocado right there on my magnet? She took that off too when she was like destroying everything. My 2-year-old. So you know who I'm talking about. But yeah, I popped the card up on some foam adhesive and there it is. Alright, we're on to the third card. So I'm not sure how many people are aware or even know of the Campbell Soup like classic painting that was done in like 4 different colors. It was just done in a whole bunch of weird colors, but I don't know, I thought about it with this miso soup and I decided I was going to kind of do something similar. So I'm coloring in 4 different bowls of soup, and all the bowls of soup are going to be different colors. Yeah, that's about it. So I'm getting my base color, and that was R6. I'm not sure if these are comparable to the Artist Loft colors, but if they're comparable to Copic colors, but if anybody wants to go see, I'd invite you to. That's my mid color. I think that's R16. That's my mid color. And I'm just using that to blend out. My light source is going to be in the middle. Alright, my next bowl is going to be yellow. In retrospect, yellow is just not a good color. This, what is this color? This color is Y2. I think that's cocoa. But yellow for shading purposes, like, you can't just use a whole bunch of yellows. I should have used some oranges and some other things. Here's my Y7, my lemon, and that's my darkest yellow that I'm going to use. I mean, it looks shaded, but I feel like you'll have to see it in real life. It's not something that you'll see on camera too well. So my next soup bowl is going to be blue. I'm just experimenting with colors. I should have thought about that beforehand, but I have such a limited stock of colors that, you know, I don't know. I just have a limited stock of colors. So I'm coming in with B2 first. Then this is actually a BG color. A little bit green in there. And that's my darkest color. And this is B10. BG10, I'm sorry guys. And I'm just gonna come in. Yeah, I'm sorry for being out of focus. I didn't realize this when I was coloring. I would have changed it. I would have definitely fixed this for y'all if I would have. But it's gonna come in focus in a little bit. Autofocus out here thwarting my deeds. Alright, so my last bowl is going to be purple. So those are my only two purple colors at all. Those are so for me, when I want to color stuff and I want to use shading and I don't have all the colors I need, I just break out my grays. That's what I do. Grays are perfect for this. And if you know, I know a lot of people don't know about the Copic numbering system, but I don't know, I guess if I had to describe it, most of the Copic coloring system, and therefore that's what I'm assuming the Artist Loft system does as well, is the basic color, and then the numbers indicate how much gray or how pure the color is. So I can't really tell you what color purity is. I mean, I guess red is red, red is red, blue is blue, yellow is yellow. But, when it comes to these other colors, I don't know what it means by purity, because then the second number would be how much gray it has. So if it's a 0, it's like no gray. If it's a 9, it's like a whole bunch of gray. And that's kind of what makes it darker or lighter. So yeah, so I mean, if it's just how much gray and how much gray is or isn't in a color, that's why you can use gray to darken up some of these colors and to get a midtone. Or you could even do it to get a dark tone. Really doesn't matter. Oh, so you saw me break out my Spellbinder's nestability so that I could cut these out in these little teeny tiny square rectangles. I use the smallest nestability. I use the smallest die in the nestability small pack. So, and I just threw some gray down underneath these bowls for shadows. So here I am, and I'm going to color in these little pieces of tofu and greenery, some kind of green. Maybe it's a bay leaf, because I colored that first one green, so we're going to act like it's a bay leaf. And the other two pieces, I'm just going to say are cooked tofu. Yes. And you're going to see me in a second break out my black. Or did I already do that? Yeah, I'm just going to darken up the little soup in there. In retrospect, I probably should have stamped these with a different color, or made this like no line coloring for these little bowls. And then that way the miso soup wouldn't have been black. One of y'all do it and show me what you do. So here I am. This is the premise of my card. I'm going to cut out that square, and I'm going to put that on my card. So here you see me breaking out my Xyron. I'm just going to turn these into little stickers so that I don't have to do any adhesive. And boom. We're going to call it done. I'm going to rub it. I'm going to peel it. And I'm going to stick it. Because those are the only 3 steps when you're dealing with a Xyron. I didn't have an order here for which color I was going to put where. But by the time I got to looking at my card, it kind of mattered, at least to me, in my head. So you'll see the order I came up with. You want to be really careful because once the sticker is down with a Xyron, it's down. And I didn't get I have some repositionable sticky adhesive for this, but the permanent one is down. So 2 happy bowls of miso soup. The 3rd happy bowl of miso soup, and the 4th is about to go down. And because I have common sense this time around, I waited to make their little happy cheeks pink last, like I should have the first time. Yeah, that little dot went off to the left a little bit. So the right, because I can't tell my left from right. But it went off to the right a little bit, so I used my wax paper over there, the backing paper, to kind of fix it a little bit. We're going to try not to do that again. So while y'all are watching this, I have been enjoying being on IGTV. Is to me it's super neat. Like I'm just happy to be a part of a new platform as it's rising, as it's rising. I don't think it's going to fail at this point. It is pretty neat. We'll see if more people use it. But I actually have a bonus video associated with this video that's over on my IGTV on Instagram. Don't worry, it's not like a whole extra card, though. Don't put it past me that I'm gonna do a whole extra card, because I might do that at some point. But I actually messed up on one of these cards, and over on IGTV I show you how I fixed it. So here I am. This is just another note card, pre-folded note card from Michaels. Here I am about calibrating my hand, make sure I know how hard to make this. That's why I stamped it 3 times on that notebook. Here's what that card wound up looking like. So thank you for watching me, guys. It was really fun, and I'm glad that you're here. Please follow along on my blog to see more of this series, and there's all my information over there. Y'all have a really good day. Enjoy yourselves.